Well, I don't know why the music isn't coming on, but it's not. So anyway, Tri-City Sports Now. I'm Marky Billson, and I want to thank Josh Brown. This is tied our record. Maybe one day I'll get 5 guests on a 2-hour period, but right now our record is 4. So I want to thank Josh Brown, Nakahoma Nation, Jake Hubbard, Jerry Bonkowski in our first hour, Adam Nelson. And these will all be on archives. Nelson, we talked about the Stars coming to coach their old college basketball team. A lot of NASCAR talk with Jerry. Jake Hubbard talking about how you go from being a basketball player to a football player. There you go. Basically, somebody, you're Southern Virginia and you're looking for talent D3 level. You don't want to play basketball here? So he's the next Sam Clancy. And, there's something you don't want to put on. Those who don't know, Sam Clancy was a college basketball player at Pitt who then went on and had a lengthy career as a defensive lineman in the NFL, and I do believe he also played in the USFL. Anyway, and then there's Josh Brown, Nakahoma Nation, who you just heard, and he would like Kevin Gossman replaced in the starting rotation of the Atlanta Braves. This weekend, let's see. Speaking of Braves, let's see here. I was talking a little bit more about the focus of the Cuban, the report that there were a few teams involved, including the Braves, in Department of Justice investigation of Major League Baseball activities in Latin America, especially Cuba. A particular focus of the investigation could be the process in which Hector Olivier made his way from Cuba to Haiti and ultimately signed by the Dodgers. Braves may have pursued Oliveira and made an untimely, regrettable trade for his services. Oh, they did, as a matter of fact, forgive me. This aspect of the investigation may pertain more to the Dodgers and their personnel than the Braves. All right, Braves fans, congrats. Investigation appears to have specific focus on the now terminated Capelala. You heard Josh Brown say, it's him, which, okay. He's already banned from baseball for life. You'll find a way in the Independent League. Anyway, he'll find a way in the Arizona Winter League or something. Okay. It remains unclear whether the erstwhile Braves GM may face further legal troubles as a result of federal scrutiny. Capelala appears to have retained the services of a Jacksonville attorney, Hank Cox, whose business webpage states he specializes in serious federal and state criminal affairs. 2 veteran scouts who've worked for both the Braves and the who've worked for the Dodgers and the Braves have already testified to a federal grand jury or spoken to federal agents. This may be right now the Braves' old problem and the Dodgers' current problem. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, historically in Cuba, you do not, it's a Pecos League wage, and I'm being maybe even charitable there. If you don't know what a Pecos League wage is, you don't want to know. Finish up, talk about the Stanley Cup Finals. It's tied. They'll play again tomorrow night at 8 p.m. in St. Louis. The Blues got back into the series. And one of the things about this series was that Matt Grzelcyk was knocked out, the Bruins defenseman, of Game 2. Blues forward Oscar Sundqvist hit him hard against the boards. You know who defended Sundqvist? Of all people, Don Cherry. Yeah, the former Blues coach. He actually goes so far. Cherry makes statements like this. He was asking for it on the hit that knocked him out. Cherry's famous for, now you kids looking at home, all you little leaguers out there, you never ever go into the corners like this, he said. He didn't mean to hit him, speaking of Sundqvist. He was just finishing his check. This gets a penalty here. Cherry does not believe in penalties. Okay. Look how he goes in head first. He's just asking for it. I don't blame the guy. He's just finishing his check. He didn't mean to hit him in the head. Meanwhile, the concussion controversy and the NHL says, no, we can't penalize. We can't ban hits to the head. Just the nature of the sport. But the Bruins may be down a defenseman. See, Grzelcyk went in the corner awkwardly with his head down and to the side. See, keep your head up, little leaguers, that sort of thing. Sundqvist could have pulled up perhaps, but he didn't. One of those in-betweens, unfortunate things can happen. So take a look and see whether or not the Bruins will be down a defenseman. They're already down a hard-hitting center. The interesting thing is that this seemed to be the style of game that the Bruins would like to play, and they actually were on more power play chances than the Blues, which I am shocked on because the Bruins, as I've told you all throughout the show, much more penalized. Second most penalized team in the NHL this year. Blues, I think they were 25th. So not much. But it's been the Blues who have been getting the penalties. That being said, how did the winning goal get scored? Game 2 for the Blues. Yeah, it was on the delayed penalty. Get the man advantage because you pull the goalie then, but they don't call it as a power play for whatever reason when that happens. All right. They don't call it when it's power play when you pull the goalie and you scored either. So there you go. Hey, I'm Marky Billson. We do this every weekday, noon to 2. Most talked about sports talk show in the Tri-Cities. Colin Coward is next. I'll see you next week.